What's up, guys? Welcome back to Watch Chris. I am Chris. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. I very much appreciate it, and it's very helpful. Today, we're taking a look at a collaboration watch between two of my favorite brands, Worn & Wound and TIMEX. Worn & Wound, obviously an online resource for everything watches. They have a podcast, they also have a YouTube channel, and the Wind Up Watch Shop where they sell watches. The watch that we're taking a look at today is for sale on their website, and they also have some pretty cool things like their Toolbox watch box, which I think is awesome. It's where I keep my watches as well. And don't forget, they're also responsible for the Wind Up Watch Fair. I love the Wind Up Watch Fair, and they keep on expanding that to different cities, which is pretty awesome. This is a collaboration with TIMEX. It's not their first. This is inspired by a 1970s quartz watch. However, they have put a mechanical hand-wound seagull movement in this watch, and I have the blue to show you guys today. So let's flip the camera and take a look at the WW75 version 2 from Worn & Wound and TIMEX. And here it is. Definitely see the 70s inspiration in this watch. Originally, this watch was a TIMEX, or the inspiration behind this watch was a TIMEX that was released in the 1970s, and it was a quartz watch. What they did here is put a seagull movement in here, and it is a hand-wound movement. So it's the TY6, a very reliable movement. It does hack, and of course, it does not have a ghost date position, which I like because this is a dateless watch, very symmetrical, and it just says TIMEX on the dial, nothing else. Really, I'm very happy about that because a lot of brands love to put a lot of crap on their dials, especially with the collaboration. It's a collaboration between Worn & Wound and, of course, TIMEX. No Worn & Wound on the dial whatsoever. Thank you. That looks great. Also, you get this sort of bi-colored dial. You have a blue outer track, which is a thick track, and then the indices sort of straddle the inner portion of the dial, which is textured. It has a weave texture on it, which looks beautiful. It's a really nice aqua blue color. There's a little bit of a pink accent on the indices as well, and on the hands. So you have some pink going on this dial. There is a pink version of this watch. It's sort of a white pink. It's a very light pink. You get that same treatment. So you have that outer track, and then you have that inner portion as well, and the indices are straddling those two sections. I'll throw up a picture of that watch so you can see what I'm talking about. I think it's like a 4.2 or 4.8 millimeter crown, somewhere in that neighborhood. You have a very short lug to lug, under 43 millimeters. It's a 37 millimeter watch, spot on. It's like 37.1 millimeters. Thickness is 11.5 millimeters. That's including the very high boxed and domed acrylic crystal. Take a look at that. It looks like it takes up half the watch. It's really, really vintage looking, and I think it looks great on this watch. It really does add a lot of character. One thing that's a little bit different from the previous version, so this is basically a version 2 of this watch, of the WW75. You're getting a mesh bracelet on here. I don't believe the previous version got a mesh bracelet. I think it got a strap. This looks great on this mesh bracelet. I think it would look just as good on a strap. Maybe a little strap that tapers or something like that. I think it would look really cool. Buckle on here is signed TIMEX. It's basically a typical TIMEX mesh strap, which I've seen before. Really nice, very nicely made, and obviously very, very functional. No lume on this watch, but you do get 50 meters of water resistance, and this is a limited edition of 500. By the way, this is already sold out on the TIMEX website. However, the Wind Up Watch Shop have these in stock in both colors, and I would imagine that won't last long because these were very popular last time. So I think it was around last year when they released the first versions of these. I bought one. They sold out very shortly after I purchased one. I purchased one maybe 20 minutes after they came out. I think they only lasted a few hours with good reason because they are really affordable. $239 now on a bracelet, and you're getting a hand-wound dress watch that has a lot of style to it, a lot of 70s style, for a really good price, $239. That is excellent. And the Worn & Wound guys, the Wind Up Watch Shop guys. They're all really nice people. They're located here in New York. You're really buying from a group of really nice people that do a great job and really care about watches. Definitely check out their shop if you're interested in watches in general. If you want this watch, definitely act fast. Speaking of worn and wound, speaking of the Wind Up Watch Shop, today I have the Adapt Series 1 on my wrist. This is a really awesome watch that they came out with, again, earlier in the year, and it's just a really cool field watch with a lot of style. I think it was Zach over at Worn and Wound who actually designed this in collaboration with Boulder, I believe. I'm not sure if that was made public or not, but it obviously has a titanium case, so just a really cool watch. Probably involved in the design of this watch as well. I have no idea. However, there you go. You can see that they look kind of like they might have been designed by the same person. You get that textured dial on here. Obviously, they like color over at Worn and Wound, so you're getting a lot of color here. There it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. Like I mentioned, this is a 37.1 millimeter watch. You have a very short lug span of around 43 millimeters, under 43 millimeters, and then you have a thickness of 11.5 millimeters, including that very domed and boxed acrylic crystal. So it's very thin to the wrist. It wears and looks like a vintage watch. However, you have that modern Seagull hand wound movement in it. You also get a really nicely finished case. You have a polished edge along the case itself. Timex really did a good job at finishing this case. It feels very nice in hand. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels like a much more expensive watch than $239. And I have to say, it looks like a much more expensive watch than $239. There's not many watches out there you're gonna get a hand wound movement with really good looks like this, a textured dial, just a really interesting case, something different, something interesting and colorful for $239. That's why I really like these watches. I like the first version that they did. That's why I bought that one. And obviously that's why this is here today. So tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you think of this watch? It is available currently on the Wind Up Watch Shop. I have no idea how long that will be available because, like I said, they do sell pretty quickly. It did sell pretty quickly the first time around, and they are already sold out on the Timex website. If you want one, definitely grab that opportunity as fast as you can. I'll put a link to the Wind Up Watch Shop down in the description below. Check that out. Good luck. I hope you get one if you want one. Anyway, guys, tell me what you guys think about this watch down in the comment section below. I'd like to hear from you guys what you think of this watch. What do you think of the look and the design and the colors? Do you like this or the pink version better? Tell me in the comment section down below. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.